What's up, guys? Crypto coming at you with another video. Let's go ahead and talk about my Kaspa trade for today. All right, before the day is over. Now, guys, I opened up 3 positions on Kaspa today. Only one position, only one of my positions went through, and I made a little bit of money. All right. The first position that I opened up was this long position. All right. So as you can see, we have this descending triangle. I measured out where it would go if it broke up and where it would go if it broke down. All right. Casper broke out of the triangle. All right. And my long position started getting filled, but then immediately we dropped, right? And it hit my stop loss, causing the first position to be closed. All right, it got stumped out. All right. The next position that I opened up, let's go into the next one. The next position I opened up was the short position. All right. Now, mind you, I had in a conditional order, guys. So I had in a short and a long at the same time. All right. Now, on this position, this position actually never was activated. Right now, you can see it going through, but earlier, this position was never activated. All right, so we can go ahead and cancel that out. Now, my last position, however, made me money. All right, I had a short down here at the bottom. So as Caspa started to break out to the top, my long position from earlier, the first position I had opened, it failed and it got stumped out. All right. So as it started coming down, right, my short position was activated immediately. And as you can see here at this wick, right, I was able to hit TP immediately and make 0.82%. All right, guys. So I made a little bit of money here. All right, guys, this just goes to show you like you can have strategies, guys, but they're not always going to go how you want. All right. So you got to make sure um, you're using stop losses in conditional orders. All right, my first trade right here, it went in, and I thought I was gonna make some money, but immediately, boom, it got stumped out. All right, second trade was never even touched. All right, it's just now starting to get hit, right? And I don't have that position in anymore. Okay, so this trade was never even activated. Luckily, I had in a short position here, right? And so when Caspa dropped, you see it hit my order, right? And it came all the way down to the wick immediately. All right. Before that candle closed, I hit TP. All right, and I made 0.82%. All right, guys. So, oh, excuse me. All right, guys. So that was my trade for the day. Guys, uh, the markets aren't always going to do exactly what we want. All right, they're going to be pretty volatile, bro. But as long as you have volume, you use conditional order and stop losses, you'll make some money. All right, the market has to go up and it has to go down. All right, so put in a conditional order for it to break up, put in a conditional order for it to break down. At some point, it's going to hit for you. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you for checking out my video today. I'll make sure I have another one for you tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Crypto Komet. Peace out.